You may now be seated. Good evening, my fellow classmates, teachers, administration, district representatives, school board members, Superintendent Dr. Shane Robbins, family and friends. Welcome to the 30th Fort Dorchester High School graduating ceremony. As we begin today's commencement, I would like to recognize a very special group of patriots, graduates. If you are committed to serve in the U.S. military, please stand. Now everyone, please stand with our patriots as our senior chorus ensemble honors our nation by singing the national anthem. You may now be seated. I'm honored to stand before you today on this significant occasion. But before I begin, I would like to give a round of applause to all the amazing and very patient faculty members and mentors who have offered their wisdom, guidance, and free time to my fellow patriots. I would also like to acknowledge all the parents who are the reason we're here today. Your unwavering support, from mood swings and last-minute projects to pushing us to be our best selves, does not go unnoticed. Thank you for all your love and sacrifices throughout our journey. Now, on to the best part, my fellow graduates. We made it. I know it's been a long road of late night studying, Friday night lights, and academic comebacks. But we've looked forward to this day since the beginning. Many of us have spent the last 4 years looking at the clock, waiting for the time until the last period ends, and now, to some of us, waiting for what seems like these endless speeches to finish. We've counted down the minutes until the end of high school, though the one thing we can't measure are all the memories and friendships and experiences we've had in our last 4 years. So take a moment to enjoy them. Sitting in this Coliseum, you might think, this diploma marks the end of childhood friends, the comfort at home, and the end of being a kid. But it's only one closed chapter of our lives. Some of us are going to college next year, some joining the workforce or entering the military and public service. But all of us are starting something new. We are innovators, artists, engineers, entrepreneurs, and leaders who will soon begin to make their own mark on this world. We, class of 2024, are the future of our generation. And yes, that might be a little worrying, but I believe we will be able to make it our own. Now is the time to seize the future and live our dreams. But to my parents, open up your wallets because these dreams are not cheap. My fellow graduates, our youth will one day become memories. So enjoy tonight, celebrate today, because soon we will be complaining to our parents that adulting is harder than we thought. When you walk across the stage today, recall the famous quote from philosopher Lao Tzu: "The journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step." Good luck, fellow graduates, and congratulations. The adventure begins now.
Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed faculty, proud parents, and the graduating class of 2024, it is my distinct pleasure to introduce our salutatorian, McKenna Bynes. I had the privilege of teaching McKenna her sophomore and junior years. I teach AP and honors courses, so all my kids are smart. But from day one, I could tell McKenna was different, exceptional, not just in regards to her intelligence. That's apparent to anyone that talks to her for more than 30 seconds. No, she's special because of her presence, her composure, her maturity, and her leadership. This is a young lady who carries herself with confidence, capability, and determination. If I could tell you a little personal anecdote for just a second, please bear with me. The same school year that I first met McKenna, my wife was diagnosed with leukemia in February of 2022. And she came very, very close to passing away. And as you can imagine, it was a very trying time for me, emotionally, professionally, and there were days where I just did not feel like going to work. You know what kept me from staying home and giving up? These kids. They put their arms around me and showed me love I never would have expected from teenagers. And my wife would tell you, because she's still around, she's watching right now, that she's here today because you guys were here for me. So I wanted to steal that moment for just a second. Love you guys. So you can probably guess who one of my wife's biggest cheerleaders was. McKenna. To this day, when I see her in the hallway, one of the first things she asks is, "How's Miss Bracey?" Even if her academics were not what they were, or are, she would still be an amazing human being. But let's talk for a second about those academic accomplishments. It's going to take a second. For time's sake, I had to leave some stuff out, but here it goes. Member of National Honor Society, head student athletic training assistant, varsity women's basketball, NAACP member, student liaison for Fort, Beta Club, volunteer work with children, volunteer student athletic trainer and basketball mentor, AAU basketball academic letter, AP Scholar with Distinction, National African American Recognition Award, National Society of High School Scholars, AP Ambassador, District Scholarships, AP Capstone, Palmetto Fellows recipient. All those achievements are a testament to her hard work, intellectual curiosity, and unwavering commitment to learning. Whether analyzing the nuances of a presidential speech or debating her classmates in Socratic seminar, McKenna has consistently demonstrated a remarkable depth of understanding and a passion for learning that is truly inspiring. McKenna's leadership, empathy, and collaborative spirit have earned her the respect and admiration of her peers and teachers. She's been a mentor and a role model, always willing to offer support and encouragement to those in need. She's, in every sense of the word, a leader. As we celebrate this momentous occasion, let us take a moment to recognize and applaud McKenna Fines for her remarkable achievements. Her journey is a shining example of what can be accomplished through hard work, determination, and a genuine love for learning. So please join me in congratulating and welcoming our 2024 Fort Dorchester High School salutatorian, McKenna Bynes.
Good evening, everyone. I'm pretty sure most of y'all know me, but in case you missed Mr. Bracey's introduction, because y'all know y'all don't like to pay attention, I'm McKenna Bynes. Before I start with all the details, there are two things I want to say. First off, congratulations to all the graduates sitting before me. We did it. Next, I would like to just take a moment to thank all of the people in my life who got me to this moment. You know who you are. You got me through the good, the bad, and the ugly, allowing me to thrive in spite of everything I have been through, not because of it. Now for the details. When I realized that I had to do this speech, I immediately wondered what to say. I honestly had no clue where to start. Would I talk about inspiration, give quotes that fit a theme, or give some background story to convey a message? In the end, I decided that I had some major points I wanted to talk about, no matter how I decided to present them. My first point is that of connection. I'm pretty sure high school was definitely not what any of us thought it would be, based off of our ideas from TV, books, High School Musical, and random horror stories of getting shoved in lockers. But for many, one thing we did get right were the connections. Most people here have made at least one connection while in high school, whether it be a friend, teacher, or custodian. For some, these connections have given you a mentor. For some, a bridesmaid, man, or person of honor. And for some, these connections have given you a relationship with somebody that simply brightens up your day just by the person being themselves. All of that is to say that these past 4 years have taught us many things about connections. What connections help better ourselves, what connections to stay away from, and how to continue making connections throughout the rest of our lives. And this is something truly valuable in the journey of our existence. My next point is that of perseverance. Lebanese writer, poet, and artist Khalil Gibran once wrote that your pain is the breaking of the shell that encloses your understanding. Now think about this for a second. 13 years of school, a lot of good, and undoubtedly some bad, whether it was COVID our freshman year, a hard class, a teacher who you didn't like, or some more serious problems, such as those with family and those within ourselves. We have all had struggles that we had to face. Big or little, you have all overcome something to sit where you are sitting today. You did it though. You persevered and beat all the odds put against you, and the trials you went through shaped you into the beautiful individual you are today. My final points are that of change and the possibility that comes with change. Our high school careers are all but finished, and the future has become all the more real with plans of college roommates, job applications, and the general talk of the next step. Within the next hour and a half, we will all cross the stage, receive our diplomas, and turn our tassels. Soon, we will all finally be free of high school and begin a new chapter in our lives. As we look forward into the future, however, we must be ready for change. Change is inevitable and often the only constant in life, and while change can be hard to accept, it comes whether we want it to or not. College for a lot of us here is the next big step, but whatever your next step is, the changes these steps brings us and what we will do now will help shape the rest of our lives. As we make these decisions, though, remember some important things. Make decisions with confidence and a sense of self. Remember to persevere through the hard moments in life, as you have already done. Lean on those with whom you connect. Embrace the change you will no doubt face, because with change comes possibility. Choose to believe that everything happens for a reason and leads you exactly where you need to be in life. Be proud of your work and all you have and will accomplish, as all of us have an unlimited amount of potential. You have now built the foundation for your life. The next chapter is simply discovering how you want everything you build on top of that foundation to be. And with all of this in mind, go out not only searching for success, but acting as if it is already yours. And on that note, congratulations to Fort Dorchester's class of 2024.
Good evening, graduating class of 2024, faculty, family, and friends. My name is Andrew Barton, and this year I've had the pleasure of serving as Fort Dorchester High School Student Body President. We've all been looking forward to this day for a very long time, and I am excited for the class of 2024 to graduate. I would like to start off by saying thank you to the people who are there to guide and support me through the 4 years at the Fort. My family, my teachers, my fellow student council members, and all the friends I have made throughout the years. I have thoroughly enjoyed the past 4 years we have spent with new friends, sharing new experiences, and making memories. I want to share some of the highlights of our journey. Over our 4 years as Fort Dorchester High School students, we have all had to face challenges in one way or another, and had to adapt to high school, not only as freshmen, but every year again after. Let us not forget how we started off our high school career. We had just a year prior gotten told, we'll have a 2-week vacation. Well, that turned into virtual learning, which we would continue into our freshman year. As freshmen, we began our journey behind the monitors of our laptops in a virtual classroom. And then, when we were going into school, we were unable to have the typical year. We were not able to fill the gym for pep rallies, host blood drives for the American Red Cross, have ILT, or attend sporting events like wrestling and basketball. And that began our journey here at Fort. When we returned to face-to-face instruction, we were mandated to wear masks and practice social distancing, complete with plexiglass dividers between us. As we made our way through high school, we saw our fair share of weather emergencies, from hurricanes to tornadoes to a major flood event that happens. And then the electrical outage that took us back to virtual learning for about 2 weeks during our sophomore year. Over the past 4 years, we have had an exciting time learning new things and adapting to the adventures each year has presented us. Through the years, some of us have attended every football game, filling the student section, while others supported their peers during the school day. You may have been a cheerleader who supported their fellow Patriots at each game. Before the game, you might have seen JROTC members who are a part of the color guard or helped with parking. You could have been a part of the football team that made it to the state championship, or a robotics team member who made it to the district championships, or one of the other charter members of the archery team who this year made it to nationals. While some found their place as athletes among our class, others excelled in the classroom in advanced placement courses, the engineering program, and our CATE classes. Through the past 4 years at Fort, you may have enjoyed some of the performances at pep rallies from the band, step team, and dance squad. We were also entertained by talented students in the theater program who performed in plays such as Oklahoma, Romeo and Juliet, and many more. The past 4 years have been a struggle for us all, not only for us as graduating seniors, but as a school. We have had to live through the COVID-19 pandemic coming into high school. We encountered major adjustments as we returned to the classroom instruction, and we were blessed by each of our teachers who showed us the grace and worked with us to meet our deadlines and our due dates. Despite having to live and learn through all this, we, as a student body, came together to crown our homecoming court, have senior activities, and have some time outside of school. While our high school years were nothing like we thought it would be, we did it. We made it, and we are still here today to close this chapter of our lives. Look around. This is our last time that the class of 2024 will sit together as Fort Dorchester High School students. As you take a moment to remember the journey and the mark you made at the fort, know that the best is yet to come. Thank you.
Good evening, and once again, welcome to the 2024 commencement exercises for Fort Dorchester High School. It is truly an honor to be a part of this celebration, which would not be possible without the individuals sitting on this stage. I would like to recognize first our district office leadership. Dr. Shane Robbins, Superintendent, Mr. Chad Daugherty, Deputy Superintendent, Dr. Kenneth Wilson, Assistant Superintendent, Mrs. Lori Eastep, Chief Academic Officer, Dr. Wanda Gadsden, Executive Director of Special Services, Dr. Greg Harrison, Executive Director of Student Programs, Mrs. Christy Sealander, Assistant Director of Secondary Schools, Mrs. Kelly Purvis, Assistant Director of Secondary Schools, and Ms. Gaillier Mercer-Brown, Assistant Director of School Counseling. I would also like to recognize our Dorchester District 2 Board of Trustees, Dr. Ashley Wimberly, Chair, Mrs. Kelly Bates, Mrs. Barbara Crosby, Mr. Justin Farnsworth, Mr. Evan Guthrie, Ms. Gail Hughes, and Mrs. Cynthia Powell. And finally, the administration of Fort Dorchester High School, Mr. Trip Aldrich, Principal, Mrs. Emily Castor, Assistant Principal, Mrs. Taryn Floyd, Athletic Director, Mr. Brent Hamrick, Assistant Principal, Ms. Samantha Hoffman, Assistant Principal, Mrs. Tawana Jameson, Assistant Principal, Mr. Mark Meyer, Assistant Principal, Mrs. Megan Profit, Assistant Principal, and Mr. Clint Yarborough, Assistant Principal. Good evening, distinguished guests, faculty, friends, families, and especially our Patriot graduates. Thank you for being a part of our 30th Fort Dorchester High School commencement. Patriots, I could not be happier to be standing up here sharing this special day with you. As we gather to celebrate this momentous occasion, I'm filled with pride and admiration for each of you. Today marks the culmination of years of hard work, determination, and growth. It is also a beginning, a gateway to new opportunities, challenges, and adventures. Throughout your time here, you have learned invaluable lessons, not just from textbooks, but from experiences and relationships that have shaped who you are. One of the most important lessons, which I hope you carry forward, is the power of involvement and community. As I often say, being involved is the only way to be. Finding your people and being involved is more than just joining clubs or attending events. It's about building connections, fostering relationships, and creating a support network that will uplift and inspire you. During your time here, many of you have found your people, those friends, mentors, and peers who understand and encourage you. These relationships are the foundation of your journey and will continue to be your anchor as you navigate the future. Being involved means immersing yourself in your passions, interests, and causes that matter to you. It's about taking initiative, stepping out of your comfort zone, and contributing to something greater than yourself. Whether it was through robotics, athletics, arts, community service, or any other activity, your involvement has enriched your life and the lives of those around you. Involvement teaches us empathy, teamwork, and leadership. It challenges us to think beyond ourselves and to understand the perspectives of others. It builds resilience and fosters a sense of belonging. As you move forward, I encourage you to seek out opportunities to get involved in your communities, workplaces, and beyond. Continue to find your people and be the person who brings others together. Graduates, the world needs your passion, your energy, and your commitment. It needs individuals who are not afraid to get involved, who are eager to make a difference, and who understand that true fulfillment comes from being part of something bigger than oneself. As you embark on this next chapter, remember that your involvement will shape not only your future, but also the future of those around you. Class of 2024, you have shown that you are capable of great things. You have demonstrated that being involved is the only way to be. Carry this ethos with you and continue to build, connect, and contribute wherever life takes you. Congratulations, and may you always find joy and purpose in your involvement. Thank you, and congratulations once again. The Patriot Award is presented to a senior who demonstrates Patriot pride. That's perseverance, respect, integrity, dependability, and excellence, all qualities these seniors possess. This year, we are excited to award 2 Patriots, and our first Patriot Award goes to a young lady who exemplifies what it means to be a patriot. This young lady is poised, never shows fear in the face of challenge, nor is she afraid to challenge herself. She perseveres to a degree that is unmatched by her peers, which is evident through her willingness to push through hard times. Even though the physical, mental, and emotional demands of the athletics, academics, and volunteer work, she always manages to keep a smile on her face. She has proven herself to be a leader on the court, on the track, in the classroom, and in our community. She has served on multiple committees and teams, earned over a 4.0 GPA, and will be attending the U.S. Naval Academy this fall. This is a sample of what her teachers say about this student. She is such a role model for young kids and an encouragement for peers her age. I cannot think of anyone more deserving who is so involved in not only our school, but our entire community. The Fort will miss this young lady's perseverance, drive, leadership, heart for her community, and work ethic next year. She truly is a wonderful example of Patriot pride. I am honored to present to you the 2024 Patriot Award female recipient, London Alford. Our second Patriot Award goes to a young man who also reflects the Patriot pride characteristics we believe are so important. He is a Renaissance man, pursuing a wide range of interests. His passion for learning is palpable. His commitment to our robotics team and school is further demonstrated by his instrumental involvement in creating the STEAM Honor Society. He was a member of the first iteration of our Youth Advisory Council, an organization that furthers robotics and STEM throughout South Carolina. We know he will soar to new heights while he attends the Honors College program at the University of South Carolina this fall. His teachers say the following about him. He always thinks of furthering Patriot pride in everything he does. His passion for the Fort is only overshadowed by his love for friends. He is a patriot through and through, and we cannot wait to see him reach his full potential as he embarks on the next chapter of his life, all while exhibiting Patriot pride. I am honored to present to you the 2024 Patriot Award male recipient, Jacob Booten.
Wow, that's a tough act to follow. Parents, family members, fellow educators, and most importantly, class of 2024, on behalf of the Dorchester School District 2 Board of Trustees, it's my privilege as your superintendent to welcome you to tonight's ceremony. But before I share a few words with you, I would like the class of 24 to do me a favor. Take a look to the right. Take a look to the left. Look up in this stadium because there are a bunch of people here that love you and are here to support you. Give them a round of applause. As you stand on the threshold of a new chapter in your lives, we are filled with pride and optimism for each and every one of you. Today, you've reached a significant milestone, your graduation day. This is a momentous occasion in your young lives that marks the culmination of 13 years of hard work, dedication, and perseverance. As I thought about what I wanted to share with you today, I was reminded of the many unique trials and tribulations that have marked the final years of your K-12 school careers. Our world has always been defined by terms such as resilience and perseverance. Resilience is the ability of a person to adjust or recover readily from illness, adversity, or major life challenges, whereas perseverance is the continued effort to do or achieve something despite difficulties, failure, or opposition. Unfortunately, these words became everyday driving forces and mottos in your young lives as you left the halls of your middle schools to embark on your high school journey. Like parents, as educators, we want to ease you into the realities of the world. But on the onset of the pandemic, it forced us all down a very different path. While at times it's hard to see, we are all stronger from the experience. Recently, I came across the phrase resilience in the face of ambiguous loss. This phrase was first defined by educator and researcher Pauline Boss in the 70s. Ambiguous loss can encapsulate losses that lack resolve or fall outside of our conventional understanding of these experiences. It's pain without definite closure. She goes on to state that when you think broadly about resilience and adaptability, what resonates is being able to support yourself while supporting those around you. By creating support systems, actively checking in on classmates and family through text messages and phone calls, we quickly realize these simple acts of kindness speak volumes. If your experiences both at school and home have taught you anything, it should be that there is power in simple acts of kindness, and a good friendship will remain wherever you are. With the conclusion of your high school careers and as you embark on the next phase of your journey, remember the world is full of endless possibilities and opportunities. Dream big, and remember, success is not just about personal achievement. It's about making a positive impact on the world around you. Use your education and your talents to uplift and advocate for others and to contribute to the betterment of your communities and society. Stay true to who you are, be kind, compassionate, and never stop learning and never stop growing. So as I end tonight, I'd like to share a small little piece of advice with you. The road you travel will not always be smooth, and it will not always be straight. The important thing is to keep traveling regardless of the circumstances. Did you know that Thomas Edison failed nearly 10,000 times before he invented the light bulb? Can you imagine failing 10,000 times at anything? Instead of quitting, Edison tried and tried again until he achieved success. He was quoted as saying, "I didn't fail, I just found 10,000 ways that did not work." So seniors, remember, the future is yours to shape, and I have no doubt you'll do it with grace, integrity, and purpose. We're so proud of each and every one of you and cannot wait to see the incredible things you will accomplish in the years to come. Go forth and conquer the world, knowing that you have a power to make a difference. Congratulations, Patriot Class of 2024.
Good evening. My name is Rhonda Arnold, and I'm the orchestra director at Rawlings Middle School of the Arts. I'm here to introduce to you the valedictorian. There are many things that you already know about most valedictorians. These students are academically high achieving. They study hard and strive to make the very best grades. Their minds are focused on the future and where their academic successes will take them. So much so that even their hobbies may look more like academic activities. For example, I have heard from a reliable source that this valedictorian loves math so much that she watches math videos on YouTube for fun. However, I want to tell you something that you don't know about this year's valedictorian. Not only has she excelled academically, but she has also excelled musically. I met this student when she began playing the violin in the 5th grade, and I taught her at Rawlings from 6th grade through 8th grade. I've continued to experience her musical talents throughout her high school years, watching her perform at the mini concerts at Fort Dorchester, during solo and ensemble festivals at region and all-state orchestras, and with the Charleston Symphony Youth Orchestra. Just last week, I attended Fort's final orchestra concert of the year, where she sat first chair and performed a solo. In addition to the many academic scholarships she will receive to study biology at Wofford, she also will receive a scholarship to play in their orchestra. She will not have to choose between being a doctor or a musician. She proves that with hard work, she can do both things that she loves and excel at them. And now it is my great privilege to introduce you to the Fort Dorchester High School valedictorian for the class of 2024, student and musician Olivia Jones.
Good evening, class of 2024. Some of you are probably wondering, who is this girl? Well, it's nice to meet you. I'm Olivia Jones, your valedictorian. If you would have told me when I was just a freshman that I would be standing here today speaking to all of you, I would have thought you were crazy. How could I become valedictorian, and what could I possibly say to close out this chapter of our lives? I guess I should start with how I got here. If I didn't have God on my side and my family and friends to support me, I would have never made it this far. My mom taught me a 10-finger promise that would get me through any challenge I face. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. As I stand before you today, I know this is more true than ever. He gave me the motivation to power through anything. I studied for hours, even when I didn't feel like it, and finished all my assignments on time, though I might have cut it close on a few occasions. Even with such fierce competition in our class, I stayed focused on myself and did what I could. Do your best and let God do the rest is what my parents taught me, and I sure wasn't going to let them down on my side of the deal. It wasn't easy, though. People tell me that I'm smart and school must be a breeze. What they didn't see was all those nights I would stay up till 3 a.m. studying. I woke up many mornings with my biology textbook by my head or my calculus work in my lap. I know I struggled, and I know many of you struggled too. Maybe you struggled with relationships, maybe challenges at home, maybe having to work more hours than you wanted to, maybe activities outside of school. It was hard to balance it all. I know I don't have to explain it to you, but you reminded yourself of your goal. A goal is just a dream until you act on it, and you did to make it this far. No obstacle was going to stop you, and you didn't give up. As we walk across the stage to accept our diplomas, we've made it to the finish line. If I can give you any advice as you enter this next chapter of your life, do your best in whatever you do, but don't chase success like it's the only thing that matters. You'll find yourself alone at the end of that road. I see a lot of love and support in the stands. Don't forget about the people who care about you. I'm not saying you should ignore your responsibilities, But life is too short to live like there's always tomorrow. Spend time with the people who care about you. Make today count. Now that we've come to the end of this stage, no one is going to remember you for that A you got in that one class or that you did a good job on that one work assignment. It's about the memories and the experiences you share with other people. It's about who you are. It's about the person you've become, not about what you've done. That's ultimately what's most important. You have to find your balance. Work hard, but don't be afraid to take a day off. Spend time with others, and don't forget to take care of yourself. As I close, I would like to offer a final blessing by John Birch as you continue to the next step of your journey. In anxiety, may you find peace. In sadness, may you find comfort. In sickness, may you find healing. In loneliness, may you find company. In busyness, may you find space. In listening, may you find wisdom. In following, may you find hope in the one who meets our needs, who says, ask and you'll receive. Thank you and God bless.
Parents, relatives, and friends of the class of 2024. We are now at the highlight of graduation, the awarding of the diplomas to the 2024 graduating class of Fort Dorchester High School. This evening, you may notice a variety of colorful cords adorning the graduation regalia of some of our graduates. These cords are representative of the new South Carolina diploma pathways. You can learn more about these academic specializations on the back of your graduation programs. Each one of the graduates has worked extremely hard to make it to this ceremony. On behalf of the class of 2024, I am asking that you allow for each graduate's name to be heard by their parents, relatives, and friends by holding your applause. At the end of the ceremony, there will be plenty of opportunity for you to cheer for all of the graduates. Thank you in advance for your cooperation in making this a special occasion for every graduate. Ready?
Makai Lavario Baylock Simmons. Emmanuel Alejandro Becerra Cohen. Jacob Richard Belt. Riley K. Bennis. Aiden Gerard Bergeron. Kyrie Akeem Baya.